I'm recording, so don't pick your nose.
There was no nasal penetration.
All right. See how we are? We're so goofy here. Good morning. Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
This is your first meeting with us, right?
Yes.
We did.
Oh, we're so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
She does some work for Judy Fritz, and she's a technology expert. So.
Oh, good. Maybe you can teach us how to use this platform. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I know how to use it. Well, as you guys are logging in, if you could open up your chat box, Claire included, and put your first and last name and email address. This is how we do attendance in virtual networking. And also, I will be sending a replay of today's meeting to you. And Claire, you're welcome to share that with your tribe if you'd like. It's open. It's on my YouTube channel. It's welcome to anybody to use and share. So that's up to you, because then they have to deal with my chatter. But you can just fast forward to the section where you are. So we're glad that you're here. That's what
I'm not that self-involved.
I'm going to put, for Angela's sake, there's a handout that goes with today's presentation. So I'm just going to drop the link to that. If you don't have it, you can access that now. You're welcome to print it or just have it on your screen and use it while Claire presents. I'll probably drop that in again. You have yours, Miss Debbie. I have mine. Can't wait. And I'm like, man, I have some formatting envy here. Good morning, Hannah.
Hello, hello.
Good morning, good morning. How are you?
It's good afternoon, Hannah.
It's good afternoon. Yes.
Sorry, I did that to Claire too. She's like, it's afternoon.
It's 1 o'clock. Come on, let's get with it.
So, we have 2 Europeans today, so there we go. Woo! Anna's well, where are you at today? Are you in Sweden or Norway?
Yep, I'm in Sweden.
I always check because sometimes she throws me off.
Likes to keep you guessing.
He does. One day she'll say, no, I'm in Italy, because she's done that too. If you could just make sure to put your name and email address in the chat box for those of you who are joining us. And we'll get everybody just another minute. I know Connie Jo's on her way. She sent me a little message. So we'll just give everybody just another minute or 2 to get logged in. Let me turn off my email so we don't hear those dings.
I feel like I'm on Southwest Airlines. Ding.
Ding. Please buckle your seatbelt.
Yes.
No smoking in the lavatory.
Claire, where are you located?
Birmingham in the UK.
Okay. I was there a couple years ago.
Oh, I'm jealous. Hi, Connie Jo.
What was you doing in Birmingham?
Well, not in Birmingham. I was in the UK. Sorry. It's a big place.
Yeah. All right.
I actually was more in Scotland, but I did spend some time in London.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Not finding any reason to go to Birmingham?
I will the next time.
Yes, you Claire.
We've got the Commonwealth Olympics coming in 2022, so
That's
there's all sorts of great things happening.
And the Olympics are coming to London or Birmingham?
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Really?
Yeah, not the Olympic. This is a different Olympics.
Commonwealth.
Of the Commonwealth of.
Oh, like the Commonwealth Games kind of thing. Is that what, is that what it is? Okay. That sounds like fun though.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Lots of great things are happening in Birmingham. So I'm a very proud Brummie.
Oh, I always tease Claire that I want to go Birmingham and be where Duran Duran was. Because I was a huge Duran Duran fan. Well, I still am. But I was when I was much younger. Mary Beth is here. Good morning. I think we have the crowd. Judy Kane can't join us today. She had another commitment. I think Judy Fritz is traveling. And wait, we have somebody who's got a bunch of numbers. Who is that? Hi.
those numbers are. I just quickly signed on. Good morning. I'm Faye Tarshis.
Faye, good morning. I know Connie Joe said you'd be joining us today. We're so
Yes,
glad.
I'm sorry I'm so late. I'm trying to run around and get it all together.
Oh, you're fine. You just went. So if you see all the ones, that's Faye.
That's me. I'm number one. How are you, lady?
That's it.
Hi, Connie Joe.
Hi.
We're glad
Thank
you're here.
you.
Glad you're here.
So for everybody who's just joining us, if you could open the chat box and enter your first, last name and email. That's how I take attendance during Virtual Networkers. And for those of you who aren't familiar, I do send a replay link of today's meeting to everyone who has participated. That way, in case you missed something or you wanted to listen to it again, you'll have that luxury. And also I send a copy of the transcript for the chat box where everybody's putting their email address. If you want to follow up with somebody, arrange a coffee date, that kind of thing, you will have everybody's email address in there as well. So that's that. So we will go ahead and get started officially. Welcome to this Friday, the last Friday of August. Oh, I can't believe it. We'll get started first with our elevator speeches / 30-second commercials. And then after that, we will introduce our guest speaker, Claire, who's here, who will be talking about being confident. I can't wait to hear your presentation. And then once that is done, we'll have Q&A opportunity with Claire. And then after that, we will open up the floor for announcements. That's where you can announce anything you're promoting or anything you're looking for, referral partners, etc. So with that, getting started. So I will get us started with our elevator speeches. So Claire, you're the first one on I have a Brady Bunch screen, and Claire, you're Greg. Go ahead. I don't know what that means.
I'm Claire Worley, and my business is Metaphor Business Coaching. I'm a business coach based in Birmingham in the UK, and I help business owners create a business they love through coaching them through 12-month structured coaching program that gives guided solutions to all the business challenges. Thank you.
Yay, we're so glad to hear more from you in a few minutes. I'm next. I'm Jill Celeste. I am the chapter president for this group of virtual networkers, and I'm excited to see some new faces today. I am also the founder of the Celestial Circle. I am a marketing teacher to purpose-driven entrepreneurs, and what I love to do is to teach people how to become the director of marketing for their business, so that when they're the director of marketing, they embrace marketing, they love marketing, and have fun with it, and use that to attract clients. So I'm very glad to see everybody here. Debbie Keevan, you're next.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Debbie Keevan of DeborahKeevan.com, and I help visionary entrepreneurs find their words. And I do that by taking them through setting up a blog, taking that blog to a book, editing their books, and then launching them into the world so they can have #1 best-selling books and then become the authors that they know that they are and attract the clients that they want to attract by their expertise.
We are so glad you're here, Debbie. Yay! Angela, you're next.
Oh, okay. I'm Angela Hall. I am the tech goddess. My business is That Helpful Chick, and I work with Judy at VIP Services. And pretty much anything technical you need done in the back end of your business, I'm your gal. I have yet to meet a bit of technology that I couldn't figure out. I've met a few I don't like, but so yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
And where are you located? You must be are you near Judy, or where you're located?
No, I'm actually in Virginia, up in the mountains.
Oh. I'm going to come visit you.
Where in the mountains? Gotta know.
It's the southwest corner, a little town called Wise. Most people haven't heard of it because there's nothing here.
Except you, the tech goddess.
True.
The goddess is there.
Home of the tech goddess.
We're glad that you're here. Hannah!
Good afternoon. I am Hanne Brøter from yourbrandvision.com, and I'm a graphic designer and visual brand manager. And I am Norwegian, but I live in Sweden. It's about the same thing. And being a graphic designer and visual brand manager means that I make logos and websites and newsletters and social media graphics and PowerPoint and keynote presentations and brochures and business cards and whatever touch point you need, and I do it with visual consistency. So I help entrepreneurs find and visualize their unique greatness and attract their ideal clients.
Yes. And she's a master illustrator. Oh, I'm just loving your
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
Margaret.
Good morning. I'm Margaret Martin, and I live in the Tampa Bay area in a little town called Dunedin, which is the best small town to live in Florida, but we're keeping it quiet. I work with people to help them change their mindset so they can transform their life. And I do that as a life coach, which I've been a life coach for 25 years, and a career coach. I am a career coach now for 11 years. And I also do some speaking and some training programs. I'm the author of 2 books, The Chatter That Matters, Your Words Are Your Power, and Your Chatter Matters, A Journal of Gratitude. So I work with people to help them, make positive change in their life.
We are glad you're here. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you.
Connie Jo, you're next.
Hi, I'm Connie Jo Miller of Enigma Bookkeeping Solutions, and I work with coaches and other solopreneurs. That word is hard to say, solopreneurs. What I do with them? Well, what I do is I take their bookkeeping tasks off of their to-do list so that they have more time to spend with their own clients and doing their brilliance. And so I give you extra time in your month.
I love that. Oh, it's a good feature. Nice. Yay.
Brilliant.
Mary Beth.
Good morning, Mary Beth Decker with sacredgrove.com. I'm still out there connecting to your animals intuitively so you can have a two-way conversation with them. I've talked to a lot of folks with older animals this week, and not all of them are ready to go. They're just, yay, right? They're just doing well. I'm in the world of teaching people to connect with their own animals through a course called You Connect, and that's starting next month, which starts pretty soon.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Can't believe it already, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And Faye, last but not least.
Good morning, ladies. My name is Faye Tarshis, and I have a fairly new business called Kathy's Cape. And Kathy's Cape was started to be named after a friend of mine, Kathy, from Riverview, actually. And she had cancer. She had a 5-year battle. And during her time frame, she needed to go through chemotherapy. And she complained that it was cold. And then she said she had no place to put her book. She didn't want to close her eyes. And I said, I can fix all that for you. So I created a cape. I don't know if you can see it very well. But it's a fleece cape, and it has a big, huge pocket in the front.
Oh.
And it snaps in the back. And inside, there's 2 smaller nested pockets.
Oh, my God.
So you're able to put your driver's license, your credit card, your keys, whatever little tchotchkes you bring with you away without putting a bag on the floor when you close your eyes to rest. You can tuck your arms under it. It comes to about here, maybe here on most people. And it keeps you nice and fuzzy, because the one thing that Kathy always said was, they give you blankets for your legs, but nothing for your shoulder. And it's fleece. You have a port, or you will have a port, but wherever the port may be, you can slice the fleece and it won't fray. So I own Kathy's Cape.
Oh, Faye, I love you already.
All right, it's early morning. Kathy's kind of pushed me out of bed this morning saying, you need to look at your email.
Well, just so you know, Faye, today my mom is undergoing chemotherapy. So I will definitely check out your Kathy's.
I will say prayers for her.
Thank you. Thank you. You will need them.
There's no accidents here, Jill.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
And I'm a firm believer there are no coincidences either.
Exactly.
I just don't believe that.
Yeah.
Kathy, would you put
Not
your,
everything is a coincidence. Things happen for a purpose. Yes.
Faye, would you put your email address or your website in the chat box so we know how to find it?
Yeah, especially your email, Faye, if you don't mind. Thank you so much. I was going to say, Margaret, you and I are always aligned. I was going to say the same thing. So we will go ahead and get started. Claire, I know you sent me your bio, but I forgot to print it out. What kind of nasty little facilitator am I? But do you have slides today, or are you just talking?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit, and then I'm going to get you ladies to do the work, because that's how I roll.
Awesome.
I want to see you ladies working hard today.
Well, we want that. It's going to be interactive.
Cool.
Yeah.
So shall I just give you a bit of my background then?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
All right.
I forgot.
Okay. So as I said, I live in Birmingham in the UK. And in Birmingham, we are renowned for having really strong accents. We actually get voted as having one of the most ugly accents in the UK.
Oh.
I firmly disagree. But just as a note, I will try and speak the Queen's English today for you, so it's very clear. Please feel free to ask me to repeat anything. I will not be offended. So I've been working as a business coach for the past 11 years. I started off working as a life and business coach. So a lot of the techniques and things that I use within my coaching programs are around helping people have more self-belief and confidence, because I believe that's the foundation for everything. Once you've got those tools, well, you can achieve anything. So over my time, at the beginning of when I first started as a coach, I learned this great tool. And since I learned it, I've been using it with everybody that comes to see me, because from business owners to professionals, whether they're CEOs, barristers, everybody always talks about wanting more confidence and self-belief. And we all know, as business owners, we're all trying new things all the time, stepping outside of our comfort zone. So every time we do that, we get hit with another set of, oh, what if? Oh, I can't do that. So the tool I'm going to share with you today is helping you to every scenario that you come into where you'd like more confidence and self-belief. This will hopefully be your go-to strategy. So because you're all experts, you will all know about neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. Am I right? Can everyone kind of give me a nod of the head?
I know it. Does anybody know it? It's okay if you don't.
Okay. So NLP stands for neuro-linguistic programming. And to me, the best way I think about it is how we see things, how we hear things, and what can we do to turn them into positives and fill us with confidence. So if we see somebody who's really confident, always gets what they want in life, we kind of think, what's going on in their head? What's going on with their body language? How can I use it and borrow it for myself? So that's what this exercise is all about. Okay? Is everybody ready?
Yeah, and I did drop a link to her handout in case you missed it. It is in the chat box if you want to.
So this is what I would love for you to have in front of you printed out. Okay? So can everyone give me a nod once they've got that in front of them and printed out? Shake your paper, shake your paper.
If you don't, you can just refer to it on the screen and use a blank sheet.
Yeah.
You can't print it right quick.
Yeah, okay.
It's upside down.
I'm a paper and pen gal, so I need to have this printed out in front of me. So what the plan is to go through this exercise all together. And hopefully, can I confirm here that this is a safe space? Whatever is said in here is kept in here. But then as I say that, you're recording this and putting it out live, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's only between the people who are here and the members of virtual networkers. So it's still very safe.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would love you to do, first of all, is think about a situation or particular scenario where you would love to have more confidence. So for example, this afternoon, I'm launching a new product and service, which is filling me with, so I've used this exercise for that particular situation. So all I want you to do is just write that situation down in one sentence on the top left-hand corner of that box.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just came back. What am I writing in that sentence?
So, Faye, I want you to think about a situation or a scenario where you would love to have more confidence or self-belief. So it could be walking into a room full of people that you've never met before, or perhaps you've got a new product or service launch and it's making you feel a bit nervous, or it can be anything. Okay. So just write it in one sentence on the top left-hand corner. Okay. And would anyone like to share what they've written down? Angela?
Yeah, sure. I'm writing a book, and which writing is not the problem. I've been writing fiction since I was a teenager, but I was a single mom all my daughter's life, and now she's a single mom, and I just have a lot of stories from my stupid mistakes, and always felt that I could help other single moms. And so I actually started writing it 4 years ago and haven't gotten very far. And this year I've decided that I'm going to
get it done.
And I'm feeling a little anxious about it. But
Okay, that sounds like a great situation to use this. So, has everybody got something written down? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. So you've got a scale here of -10, not confident, all the way through to 10, confident. And I like to think of the 10 confident as whoop, whoop, you know, feel really good, really in control. So I just want you to think about that situation you've written down and mark on that scale where you feel at this current time thinking about that situation.
Just circle the number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And Angela, just while you're still unmuted, what number are you out of interest?
I feel I'm around a -1.
-1. Okay. And Margaret, would you like to share?
Sure. Share my number?
Yeah, please.
Okay. It's a 3.
A 3 in the positive. Okay, that's pretty good. Debbie?
I'm -3.
-3. Okay. Right. So is anybody further down the scale than a -3? Okay. Jill, where are you?
-4.
And Hannah? 5. And Mary Beth?
Hold the number.
-5. Okay. Right. So, do you believe that you can get all the way over to, well, should we go for an 8 or a 9 in the positive?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, let's go for it. So, what we're going to do, first of all, is what I want you to do is think about that situation or scenario, and I want you to start writing down on the left-hand side all the things that come to mind when you think about that situation. So, for example, with me, launching this, I'm launching a book this afternoon. With me launching this, I'm starting to think, you know, is anyone going to read it? Is it good enough? All those kind of things. So I just want you to brain dump in as full a sentence as you possibly can in that left-hand side, all the things that come to mind. And I'll give you a few minutes to do that.
Hi, Rosalind.
Jill, shall I catch Rosalind up?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Rosalind,
Hi, Rob.
can you hear us, Rosalind?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
We're glad you're
Okay.
here. Claire's there.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's okay.
I wrote it down, but
I'm Claire. I can't see all of your face. Can you? Oh,
There
that's
she is.
beautiful.
I just
Okay.
got out of bed.
That's okay. There's no judgments.
Are we all girls? Are we all ladies?
Yes. So the ladies are just doing an exercise, so I'll just catch you up so you can join in. You will see in the link, there's a link to a document. If you haven't already, can you just click on it and print this off?
See on
It's in the chat.
Look in the chat. You're covering up the chat. I really don't know how to find the chat.
Just on the bottom, if you hover in the bottom half of the screen, the bottom centimetre, you'll see a little icon that says chat. Click on that and it'll open up.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, got it. So sorry. Okay.
Jill, that's all right. Jill's put a link into the handout. So click on that and print it out. So ladies, while Roz is catching up, just have another minute and just make sure you're covering off every single ridiculous, crazy comment that's coming up in your head about this situation. Okay, Roz?
Yes.
While you're printing that out, we're doing an exercise on achieving instant confidence. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of a situation or scenario where you would like more confidence or self-belief. And once you have that, I want you to write it down in the top left-hand corner of that sheet. Okay?
Okay.
And then while you're thinking about that situation, there's a scale on this paper of -10 on not confident all the way through to 10. Yes, I'm confident. I feel great. I feel in control. And I just want you to mark where you are on that scale when you think about that situation or scenario you've just written down. So just draw a circle around the number. Have you done that?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, so then what the ladies are doing right now is they're doing a brain dump of all the stuff that's in their head about that particular situation or scenario. So, for example, I'm launching a book this afternoon and I had stuff like, you know, is anyone going to read it? Will it be good enough? So, brain dump all the stuff on the left-hand column, on the left-hand side, all the stuff that's in your head about that scenario.
Okay.
We'll come back to you in a minute.
So Claire, I have a question while people are doing that.
Yeah.
While you're dumping that, has your number changed before, like mine just did?
Massively, massively.
So
You
my
know,
number changed from a +3 to a -2.
because it's you starting to really think about the
Yeah.
reality of that situation. But that's good because it means that you're getting rid of all the rubbish. And I'm calling it rubbish in the, you know, the most respectful way, because we'll turn it around in a minute.
Claire, will you put in the chat what your book is? Can you? That's perfect.
Okay, do people need another minute or so? While there are heads down, I'll give you more time. Looks like Connie just needs a little bit longer. Okay, so are you all confident that you have got rid or written down all of the negative in your head with regards to that situation or scenario?
Yep.
Okay, right. In order to test this out, I would love you to just share, going round in our, if we're in a grid, just going round and just share 2 of those comments. Would that be okay? Yeah, so Jill, I'll start with you.
Okay, so my fear, whatever you want to call it, was attracting 30 more members to the Celestial Circle. So a couple things, negative things that came up is what kind of marketing coach am I if I'm having trouble recruiting 30 more people to a program? And my marketing must really be screwed up if I can attract 30 more people to this program.
Okay. Fabulous. Debbie?
So I am launching an online program, and my big concern, because I'm away for the month before it starts, is that I won't fill it. And I'm really happy having 2, but this whole thing is like, what am I doing wrong to not be able to get more people into this program?
It sounds familiar.
It does, doesn't it? I bet there'll be quite a pattern in here. Brilliant. Thanks for sharing. Angela?
My biggest issue is making myself the time to write. I tend to not do me time. I tend to work all the time, which makes me great at what I do, but doesn't help me. And then one of the other things, organizing all this information in my head so that it makes sense in the book.
Okay, so what would be the start of that sentence, those 2 sentences? Would it be, I can't give myself the time to write, I'm not organising, or I can't organise? Just want to make sure they're in full sentences so you really understand what the challenge or what the issue is.
I'm not making time to write. Will I be able to organize these thoughts into the book so that it makes sense?
Okay, brilliant. Okay, thanks, Angela. Margaret?
So my challenge is marketing a webinar that I have coming up and starting in September. And so my question is, am I using the right words? How am I, are people going to read this? And can I really do this?
Okay. I love the way everyone's nodding along. It's brilliant. Okay, Connie?
My challenge is creating a course, and I have a lot of confidence in being able to do the course, but my issue is getting focused on it. So my challenges are, can I ever get it done? And it's more work than I can handle. And there's probably other people that could do it better because I'm having trouble focusing is the problem. But I feel like if I could get past that, it'd be a great course.
Okay. So have you got written down on the left-hand side, I'm having trouble focusing?
I haven't used that word, but yeah, that's definitely it.
Okay, stick that down. Brilliant. Okay. Mary Beth?
I gotta say, this is really hard. This is really hard to share. This is getting vulnerable, guys. So I had a tough client this week, and it's intuitive. So, you know, I think what I would say is, I'm afraid that people aren't ready to hear what I have to say, what the information I've brought through, and they don't understand the value of what's happening and what I'm bringing to them. And even though they're animals getting it, the humans not. Okay, that was, I had some good ones this week, but there was one tough one that sticks with me.
Okay, right. Okay. Hold that thought then. Okay, brilliant. Faye?
I'm going to start with the biggest one, the fear of success. And what I mean by that is I believe in my cape. And if I sit here and talk long enough, I'll start to cry because I so believe in my cape and I believe in its purpose. And I believe Kathy's always hanging around telling me to keep doing it. So I'm having trouble getting out of my own way. So the word of my cape out is to go to the places that I think could utilize the cape. However, I've not come up with, as Connie says, the complete focus of how to make that happen. So I pick myself up, I dust myself off, I put my big girl panties on, and I get in my car and drive over to the oncology units, and I've been going into infusion centers. And then you hit the gatekeeper. Having been a gatekeeper at one time, I understand the gatekeeper. I've run across some tough gatekeepers this week. Connie, I think I told you the other day, I walked in and she took my card and said, all right, well, that so-and-so know you're here. And I'm like, well, do you mind if I give you the name of who I may need to contact? And she's like, I can't remember her name. Thank you, Jill. I tried so hard not to put that face on. So I'm having trouble with the cold calling and getting out of my own way to make it happen.
Okay.
I want the cape to be successful, and yet I think I'm fearful of it actually being successful because what will I do? I buy the fabric, I cut them out, I sew them, put the snaps on, and then I have all these beautiful capes. And it's like, now what do I do with them?
Okay. Okay. Again, Faye, hold that thought for a couple more people and then we'll come back. Okay. Hannah?
I have made the course. It's ready, but I'm going to launch it. And the questions that come up is, will people understand what I say? Because I need to speak English in the course. And also, this course is on a very, a software that has approximately 3,485 other courses available for it. But so who am I to make a course on this this software? Yeah, that's an imposter syndrome thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. A common one. We can all relate. Okay, thank you. And Roz, how did you get on with it?
Well, my next birthday I will be 80, and I've had two wonderful careers. I'm still in my second one, which is making jewelry. And I was a career counselor before that. And for years I've dabbled in, I belong to a social writing group. They've been friends. And they've always said to me, you can write, you can write. My challenge is my daughter says I can't. And she's been my jewelry partner. And I do listen a lot to her. So that's one thing. And I did just send out my first short story to be published in a journal. I don't know if it'll be accepted, but I've been writing a novella for young adults. It's been coming from my dreams, which is why I overslept. I was dreaming my character. It's kind of wild. And I've been somebody who's been confident about almost everything I've ever done in my life. So the fact that I'm like, oh my God, who am I? Everyone wants to write, it seems. Who am I to think I could write? You know. So that's why I was attracted to this topic today.
Okay, brilliant. Right, thank you very much for sharing, everybody. So let's get down to the juicy stuff then. It's now time to turn all that negativity around on its head. We all know as business owners, when we're aiming to achieve a goal, we should always be looking towards it, not away from it. So, for example, if we want to lose weight, most people go, I don't want to be fat anymore. What we should be thinking is, I want to be slim, fit and healthy, because our brain knows no difference between reality and false. So, does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Everybody's frozen.
Uh-oh.
Are we still here?
We can still hear you, Claire.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
Sometimes
brilliant.
it's
Okay,
a little
I'll just keep
garbled.
talking. You're frozen as far as I'm concerned.
You're
Okay.
that's frozen
So
on my-
does everybody agree that there's no difference between false and reality?
Correct.
Could
Yeah,
somebody repeat
okay.
that? It was garbled.
So what we're going to do is okay. Shall I repeat it?
Yes, please.
I shall. Okay, thank you. So what we're going to do is going to have a look at all those negative statements, and one by one, we're going to turn them onto their head. So we're going to turn them into its exact opposite. Okay. So for example, we're going to start each sentence with the first two words, I am. So, for example, Jill's first one was, what kind of marketing coach am I? So if Jill was to turn that on its head as a bold, towards goal thinking statement, that statement might become, I am a, and then whatever marketing coach you rationally know yourself to be. So Jill, what would that become? Starting I am.
I am a highly sought after and loved marketing coach.
Beautiful. Okay. So once you have written that and you've got it to where your rational mind believes it, or you know you can teach your rational mind to start believing it, cross out that negative statement. Okay. So what I want you to just do is spend a couple of minutes just going through that list. Now, some of you might find this a real challenge to do, because it's easy for our mind to stick in the negative than it is to think about what that positive looks like. So don't worry too much if you're struggling with it. We'll see how far we get, and we can help one another along. So that online program of I won't fill it, what do you want that to become? I am filling it. I am selling.
Do you want me to say?
Go for it.
It says, I am going away to recharge on a spiritual journey, and my course will fill up while I am gone.
Okay. Can you make that any more positive and in the present here and now? Because the word going, it's like trying, it's suggesting something will happen rather than has happened.
My class is full.
I am
attracting exactly the right people to fill my class.
Okay. Can you make it any more specific?
I'm attracting 8 incredible people to fill my program.
How does that feel?
Great.
Then that's the statement.
Okay.
And then cross out the corresponding one, the negative one.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'm just going to pick out a few as we go, and feel free to chime in or not. I am making myself the time to write. Oh, I've just automatically changed it. You said I'm not making myself the time to write. So what if you changed it to I am making myself the time to write? Because they kind of act like objectives as well. If you're saying it rather than saying, oh, I'm not making myself the time to write, you're not going to make yourself the time to write. But if every time,
almost exactly what I wrote.
there you go, perfect. What about, am I using the right words? I am using the right words. What happens once we trust ourselves? Are people going to read this? How many people do you want to be reading it? Who do you want to be reading it? Can I ever get it done? I am working, I can't remember what the scenario was. I am working on my project 20 minutes every day. People are not ready to hear what I have to say. So what outcome are you looking for? What do you want the humans to be hearing, and how do you want them to be hearing it from you? Jill, are we okay for time?
We got about 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. Does everybody feel like they've got the right bold statements?
Yes.
With I am. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So with our last 5 minutes, what I want you to do is I want you to make sure you keep yourself muted off. And we're going to stand up in your space. And I want you to just fold over that bit of paper so you're only looking at your positive statements or wherever you've got them written. Make sure they all start with the I am. And I want you to, hopefully you can do this in your space. I want you to read those statements in your most bold, strongest voice. You know, put on a bit of a, you know, this is a bit of an act at first. This is your most confident, best version of yourself. So I want you to stand up and I want you to read through those statements. And once you've done that, I want you to read through them again, bolder, louder, and notice the way your shoulders and head goes back up. And then we'll come back together. Okay.
Make sure you mute, everyone.
Make sure you mute.
Mute.
Faye, mute off. Mute yourself, Faye.
Sorry?
Mute yourself. And yeah, you can turn off the video as well if you wish, but mute yourself. Okay, so I am a great marketing coach. So, Faye, if you're still listening, you're reading through the comments on your right-hand side, so all the
Okay.
statements.
Okay. I am confident that my cape has an absolute purpose. For whatever reason, it keeps going to mute. Did you?
Okay. I'm happy listening to you. I heard your first one. I am confident that my cape has an absolute purpose. I love it. So when you read them through again, just make sure that you're kind of feeling every word.
Okay. I am confident that my cape has an absolute purpose. I am not fearful of being turned away, and success will follow.
Right, hold on. Change that. I am not fearful of being turned away. What's the positive?
I will not be turned away.
No, Positive. What's the outcome you're looking for?
Being successful.
Okay.
Accepted.
So I am.
I am going to be accepted.
I am being accepted. It's in the here and now. It's already happening.
Got it. I like that thought. That's why we need each other. I am being accepted, and I will not be turned away. Success will follow. I am going to.
Not I will not be turned away. We're having no negatives in this. It's all about positivity.
I'm going to burn this paper today, okay, so that it's all gone.
Just keep crossing it out until you've got that positive.
I am being accepted.
I'm expecting a yes. I am.
Success will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Out of my own way, and I am no longer concerned what everyone thinks. I will just believe in myself.
Okay, so get off that. I'm no longer concerned what anyone thinks. Just use the end part of the sentence. I am. What was that last part of the sentence?
I believe in myself.
That's all you need. I believe in myself. Just succinct to the point, because rationally you do, don't you, Faye? You believe in yourself.
I do. I absolutely do. I just have a need to be validated. And I guess I should stop worrying about being validated by everybody else and just validate myself.
No.
Validation.
You believe in yourself. You're just focused on that. Okay. So for the ladies who are back, I just want to make sure that I keep us to time. Can I make sure in the right-hand column you only have positive words? It's no good with fearful being in there. You know, I'm no longer fearful. I'm no longer thinking of other people. What other people think. It should be purely positive.
So my entire sentence.
Frozen again.
Myself. Wonderful.
Say again, Faye.
I said my entire sentence just got mushed down to I believe in myself.
Beautiful. Okay. So with those positive statements, ladies, and just going through that exercise, I just want you to mark where you are on that scale now. And just give me a bit of feedback if we kind of go round the grid until the other people come back of the number increase. What's happened? Jill?
8. Positive 8.
Yay! And what was you before?
-4.
Brilliant. Angela? Margaret?
I made it went from a -1 to a 5.
Brilliant. Okay. So hopefully you will have all seen that change go like that. And that's just going through an exercise for 20 minutes. But the best thing to do is to come away from this, get one of those little presentation cards or whatever kind of works for you, and write out those positive statements. You should have tops 5, 6. And anytime that little, I'd like to think of it as a devil on your shoulder, comes in going, oh, what are you doing this for? You can't do that. Who are you? Shut the devil down with your positive statements, because that devil is not going to help you, but the angel on the other shoulder, the rational you who knows that you can do it, and who knows that the book is going to be brilliant and well received, and your launch is going to be grabbed by lots of people. It's only going to work in a positive mindset. We all know that. So this is a great exercise to just keep reminding yourself of it and to keep practicing. But do write them down on their own bit of paper and know them inside out and back to front, so you can dance through them.
I use sticky notes.
That's perfect. So what I want to do, if that's okay, I want to jumble the agenda up just a little bit. Claire, do you have a few minutes to stay after, just 5 or 10?
Well, I was going to stay for the whole meeting, but...
Well, we may run late.
Got it. Say again.
we may run late. Are you cool with staying?
I've got a client at 3:15, so as long as I'm off here for 3, I think
Okay.
10 o'clock your time, then that's fine.
Okay. Because what I want to do is just do a quick Q&A. Is everybody able to stay for like another 10 minutes? Thumbs up if you can. Okay, good. So let's do Q&A with, I'm not going to jumble the agenda up. I'm already changing my mind. We'll do Q&A with Claire very quickly because I want her to be able to meet her client. And then if you can stay a little later, I'd like to do the announcements so we all can hear our announcements before we sign off. So we'll probably go about 10 minutes later if that works with everybody. If you have to leave, I completely understand. But for right now, let's spend about 5 minutes with Claire. Any questions, anything that we can pick Claire's brain on? It was a great presentation. Margaret, go ahead.
Well, Claire, it was fabulous because that's the whole first section and first class of my webinar. And so I need to listen to my own message, and you helped me do that. So thank you.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
I also have to listen to my own message. That's the nature of life, isn't it? New things get thrown at us all the time, and we need strategies to deal with them. So, but thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mary Beth.
Yeah, Claire. So what it feels like to me is like it's happening, and I even have some I am statements, just like Margaret was saying. But it feels like what it's doing to me is it's taking a little time to like percolate through and readjust everything. Does that happen? I mean, it doesn't feel like it's quite instantaneous. Like I'm moving. I'm just curious about if you see that with others or like whatever.
Definitely. And I can say it from my own experience. When I first did this exercise years ago, I did it. I was terrified of presenting, terrified. And I did this exercise for that, and it didn't work for me initially. It took so much practice, and for me to really kind of connect and feel, and also practice it in an actual situation. So before I'd go in and present, I would go through it and just keep working on it all the time. So yeah, practice.
I love that. You know, yesterday I was reading a quote by Lady Gaga. I think everybody knows who Lady Gaga is. And she had created what I call affirmation statements. It's kind of, Is everybody seeing Claire go fast forward? Claire, can you hear us? I think she caught up.
I can hear it. Keeps kind of going in and out, but I'm here.
Okay. So Lady Gaga had this statement that said, I am going to have a #1 record. And she was still doing her thing. And she said, I know it was a lie at the time because I didn't have a #1 record, but I kept saying it and saying it and saying it. And we all can see Lady Gaga's success today. And so I think the point with that, what I took away from that is, even if you don't necessarily believe what you're reading as you read them, if you keep just reading them and stating them, it will come true. Whether it'll become a belief, right? As Kurt says. So I just wanted to share that. If Lady Gaga can do it, ladies, we can do it too.
Exactly.
What I love about the I am, Claire, and it's brilliant because I tend to say positive affirmations, but I don't use the I am statement. I think there's been a resistance to doing that, as you experienced. But what it does is it creates this feeling of this is who I am, and then lean into it a little bit more, right? And then that's how Lady Gaga made it true, because you can feel what it feels like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Difference.
And I think Jill was talking about the Jim Carrey thing in a group yesterday, you know, when he wrote himself a check for $10 million.
Yep.
And he used to go and sit on Mulholland Drive. He didn't have a clue. And $10 million, who comprehends that kind of money when you've got none? But he was here, I am earning 10. First film, Dumb and Dumber. It's just a constant focus. And those big things, the big massive goals, they take massive action and massive change.
And time. I think
this is all part of it. I am brilliant. and then you feel brilliant. It takes time and it takes focus.
Yeah, but you got to do it. I love that. And for those of you who were here last week when we had Bryna here, this is a nice segue because Bryna talks about, from a law of attraction standpoint, your state of being, meaning I am, is what is really missing in a lot of people's practices when we do this. And this is exactly what Bryna was saying in different words, but this is the same thing, but different. So thank you, Claire. Absolutely. Anybody else have any questions for Claire? We good? Well, Claire, thank you so much. This was a fantastic presentation. Thank you for making it interactive too. I think it's always so much more fun. Yeah, and we appreciate. Come back anytime. Come visit.
Thanks for being a great audience. I love the way everyone participated fully. So, yeah. Thank you.
Claire, thank you and you've experienced virtual networkers, so tell everybody about us. We're always looking for members. So we'll go ahead and move into the announcement portion. Claire, before you scoot off, do you have any announcements? Tell us how we can get your book. I know you put the title, but how can we get it?
Here it is.
Is it on Amazon?
It will be in about 2 hours. My assistant, here it is just working diligently in the next couple of hours, so I can announce it in my in a Facebook video later. So if you like my Facebook page, which is Metaphor, META, the number 4 coaching, let me just write it in here.
Yeah, feel free to put the whole URL in there in the chat box because that'll go out to everybody.
Okay.
Let's support Claire on her book launch today if we can. I know Debbie's seen the book, right, Debbie? I'm sure it's awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my announcement. I shall be launching my first book today.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Yay. Debbie, do you have any announcements for us today?
Well, I just wanted to share again, thank you, Claire. That was amazing. I'm like excited now to reframe everything. My announcement is I have my Journey program, which is going live on October 29th. And it's really meant for people who have this loop running in their heads of the story that they're telling themselves. And we're going to get out of that and really heal, unpack our stories, keep the lessons, and move on. So it's a 12-week program. And if you know of anyone who wants to write their story, this is kind of the perfect place to do it. And I'll put the link in here. So thank you. And have a great holiday weekend, USers, and great weekend anyway, everyone.
Thank you, Debbie. Connie Jo?
I'm still looking for more people who want to have more time in their week, who are sick of doing their bookkeeping. So if you know of anyone, please send them my way.
Love it. Faye, what announcements do you have?
I don't. I am going to keep on going. That is my announcement. I am going to.
I believe in myself.
I do believe in myself. And more than that is, you know what, as much as we sit here and we're positive, there's so many people that are not well right now and could use the hug and could use something as warm and as snuggly as a cape. And sadly, that's a reality. So my job is for the next few weeks to focus on making people feel warm and hugged.
Oh, I love that. I hope you come back, Faye, and join us again.
Thank you. Thank you, Connie Jo, for inviting me. Thank you all for allowing me to be here this morning.
You're welcome.
I'm happy you're here.
Rosalind.
Isn't this a cool group? Such a cool group.
But she said the other day, you guys are a cool group.
Well, thank you.
And Claire, good luck with your book launch today.
Rosalind, what announcements do you have?
I didn't know we were having announcements. But, this is my first time with the group. I do want to say regarding this Zoom session, it just reinforces, we learn these things over and over and over, no matter what our background is, and yet we all need to hear it again and again and again because we're human. So self-doubt creeps in. You know, and that's what I noticed. I mean, if you had asked me yesterday, I would have said, I'm confident about everything. And it wasn't until this exercise I was like, whoa. So, you know, it's kind of like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
So we just launched our Endless Summer jewelry sale, which will go till September 9th. And my daughter and I created this online business 11 years ago. And who would have thought at my age at that time that I would have to learn social media marketing? So I'm really rather proud and impressed with myself. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful journey. And I love everything I do with it. So you can go to earthandmoondesign.com if you so are inclined, or my Facebook page. And there are posts there to tell you what the code is to enter the 20% off if you see something you like. Thank you.
Rosalind, if you could do us a favor in the chat box,
Okay.
put your first, last name, your email, and your web address for us.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hannah, any announcements today?
No announcements. I just want to say thank you to Claire. It was great. I have a sentence. I am speaking perfectly English.
You are. It's already true. We are proud of you, Hannah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Angela, anything you'd like to announce?
Not really. Well, I'm about to be a grandma for the 3rd time.
Oh, that's a big wonderful.
But I would like to say something really quick to Hannah. It's not about what you're teaching, and there's so many other courses out there. It's about how you teach, and that's important. That makes you stand out from everybody else. And Faye, I would like to extend my services for free. Avoid the gatekeeper. Sell online. Sell directly to the people who want it. So if you're interested, my email's in the chat, and we can, you know, discuss how I can help you sell your product online.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll wait till Monday because I'm going to a workshop this weekend.
My anniversary this weekend too. We're going to be like putzing all around town.
All right. Well, okay, cool.
Yay. Oh, I love
Thank
this.
you. Thank you, Angela. Angela, I don't see your email in here.
It's at the very top of the chat.
Okay.
I will be
We
making
have all of this information.
Yes.
This is my first track.
That's
We
okay.
have all of this when this is finished?
Yes, I will email it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for your support. I love that.
Margaret, what announcements? I know announcement. Go ahead and make it. Do it.
So I have this masterclass power series that's called What Are You Thinking? Use your mind to change your life. So the early registration, which is $99, ends tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. After that, it goes up to $149. So don't miss out, please. And I'd appreciate if you share with your tribe.
You're welcome. We absolutely will. Mary Beth?
So I'm going to put the stuff about Uconnect in my, yeah, maybe I'm going to do it. Let's see. There we go. But you know what? I want to talk about Debbie Keevan because it's this next month is a year that I went to Debbie Keevan's retreat. Yeah, she goes, oh yeah, I remember. So this is an ad for Debbie. She showed me how to start writing blogs, how to do things like tagging, get all the little behind the stuff and writing. She's got me to do this weekly. I am now reaping the benefits. New clients are showing up. So the yes, right? So it's taken me a while, but what Debbie does in helping me find my voice and all that stuff has been priceless. And I don't use that word very often, but so that's what I want to use my time for is Debbie has a real gift in helping us get our unique brilliance out there in words. So, okay, I'm done. Love you.
That is wonderful. I know she's crying. Look at her.
Thank you. You guys are amazing.
We agree. Debbie is a rock star. One quick announcement for my turn. I am hosting the 21-day marketing challenge in the Celestial Circle in September. So what happens in September is I give you the mambo jumbo task list of any possible way you can market your business. You pick 21 of those items, just 21, and you implement them during the month of September. And the result of this is that you will do things that you didn't think you could do. You will get to things that you've been wanting to get to, and you will have the tribe there to support you the entire time. It is an affordable investment, only $59 a month. Wave your hand around if you're in the Celestial Circle. Yay, thank you, members. I would love to welcome you all to check us out. The webinar is in the chat box, but you just go for this time, go to jillceleste.com/challenge to get all the scoop. But here's the thing, if you're interested in this, today's the day, just like Margaret, it's the last day. You got to sign up today to get into the 21-day marketing challenge. So I would love to work with you if that speaks to you. So that's the end of our announcements. We did pretty good, ladies. I'm so thankful for everybody being here. Make sure you come next week. Our own Judy Fritz is going to be presenting, and I can't wait to hear what she's up to. So make sure you join us. Invite others. Those of you who are guests, come back. We want to see you again, and we'll get to know you even better. So until then, have a great Labor Day. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you, Claire, again, and sending love to you all.